Clay?
I should.
Do I have to call you right back and see if I can get that going, or?
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find him again. Let's see. Clay. It says it's locked.
Yeah, hold on. There you go.
I've never seen that logo before. Like, protect the children. Oh.
I didn't see it.
Crazy. This is really weird. Let me see.
Can you see me?
Yeah, you're perfect. You're on there. You're good as gold.
All right.
You're at work on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Just a Friday at the Freak Factory. I always like laugh, get a little heartfelt chuckle going when I see your sideburns. Reminds me of the 1840s. No, one time, yeah.
I'm off the boat from Ireland.
No, I had mad sideburns. Trust me.
Yeah.
Crazier than it did. I used to have a passport way bigger than those ones.
At a moment like this, I don't care if my tampons come in a little black box. I just want them to work. Tampax Pearl protects better than used by Kotex. Outsmart Mother Nature, only with Tampax.
Girls give me a hard time or talking to me or anything, so I just grew my sideburns really long, and they're just like, "Whoa, this guy is way too much." But then I threw my passport away because like it's too hairball with all this like, you know what I mean? I looked full on Pakistani, like light skinned Pakistani. I was just like, this is just the wrong idea. This is like before 911, but they have that picture of me. You know, they have all those pictures. I wonder what they think. They probably think, oh, there's that blue-eyed Al-Qaeda guy right there.
Don't.
They're just waiting for me to say the wrong thing when I'm talking about Israel or something. That ain't gonna happen, is it?
Oh, that was quite a speech from the UN. I don't think I've ever actually witnessed like a mass UN walkout like that before.
It happens fairly often, depending on what's going on. It happens whenever one of those type of guys is talking. Whenever they.
Well, that and obviously, yeah, he was.
It happens all the time during the. It happens at, there's like 1,000 resolutions against Israel in the UN. It happens any time they bring one of those up before the assembly. There's like so many of them. It's just. It never even makes the paper, basically.
Yeah. We were getting put down today just about like the situation with the banks in Europe and whatnot, with Germany and Greece and blah blah. That's my boss was talking about. It's
give us a scoop. I'll tell you what I know.
Well, he was saying that Greece, because they have they can't meet their their deficit, or they're running at a deficit. And so, they're having to borrow money from Germany because they have a huge surplus, and then, they're trying to borrow from German banks, and German banks don't want to lend to them.
Well, that's what the money was lent to them in the first place, that they're defaulting on the loans.
Yeah.
So,
and so then,
the interesting thing about Germany, see, Germany, France has 35% exposure is what you call that. Their banks. Germany has like 25% of that debt.
Uh-huh.
So what Germany's basically doing when they bail out Greece is basically bailing out their banks because that loan's dead.
Yeah. And
so interesting, huh?
They take it as like a litmus test for the other, all the other countries, how they handle Greece. And that's what that's what he claims the big, the big thing about Greece is like they're kind of waiting to see what happens with that and apply that to other countries.
Well, it's kind of funny because China could just call in those loans against the U.S. and it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, and that he was saying the concern is that if the banks in Europe stop loaning money, then they might stop loaning money to us, or that it might affect
They can't
us.
do that because the Fed just gave them $1 trillion. Fed didn't even make the papers hardly. But I showed the whole thing.
Yeah.
The Fed just fucking said, Japan, Central European Bank, any of you other guys, print as much money as you want. Switzerland. See, Switzerland's floating the euro. Switzerland pegged its. Switzerland said you can't hide. You guys can't hide. See, Switzerland's forcing the hand. They're like, you guys can't hide in our currency right now by selling. We're not going to have it. So they pegged it to the euro. And they said, we've got so much money that we'll just we'll keep buying unlimited amounts of currency from other countries. So we don't even care. So as much as you try and take refuge in the Swiss franc, there's no way you're going to do it.
Yeah.
But the Fed just said, here, just print up all this money. Because the U.S. is basically saying you're not going to let the dollar crash.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just makes my head hurt.
This game that they're playing, though, see, not only are they playing with make-believe money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the real side of that make-believe stuff, if you understand what they're doing, man, you know who's on the hook for this shit? It's not J.P. Morgan. It's not any of those guys.
Who is it?
It's U.S. taxpayers, like your grandchildren. They won't even ever get around to doing it. See the way the interest is and all this shit. They'll never even get. No one will ever even get around to paying down that debt.
Yeah.
They tried to make it seem like Clinton did manage the whole deficit. We were going to have this peace dividend when Clinton and Gore were in there.
Yeah.
All they did was refinance the debt and said, let's spend this other money from now that we got, that we're not paying that interest rate on that old deal. There, problem solved.
Surplus. No.
It never happened. They said they were going to have all that surplus, defense surplus from the Cold War too. Mm-hmm. But, I started noticing how bullshit everything was. They passed Prop 13 in California where you couldn't endlessly tax property holders for your fuck-ups in government. So that put, California in an interesting position where they had to either balance the budget or figure out new ways to make money. But Enron screwed that all up. But anyway, they passed this thing where they caught the insurance companies just bilking everybody in California zillions of dollars, right? And they passed this law.
Yeah.
And this was so long ago that they passed this. This was in the 80s. They passed this law where we're going to have to pay everybody back for all that money they stole from them in the insurance companies.
Yeah.
Never happened in a million years.
It doesn't surprise me. Well, dude, even just...
Nobody even says fucking shit. Nobody says shit about anything.
Yeah. And California's really bad with that kind of stuff, too. I mean, speaking of insurance, I like my health insurance even. Just in the zip code that I'm in, I pay double what people, in richer areas pay. I mean, and basically they can do anything. They can, they tried. I actually had to cancel that company because they wanted to increase me by double. They wanted to double my premium, and it wasn't because of anything to do with me. They said, "Oh, someone else in your area had a $2 million operation." So I guess they passed the savings on to me or something, and I had no recourse. I had nothing I could do about it other than opt out.
I'm trying something fancy with your face here. I'm gonna see if I can make this really kind of cool in a second. Now when I'm talking to you on this one, let's see. Now, press return. Okay, now it's just you like that. That's kind of tricky. I just fixed this. Now I can even move.
I'm being framed.
Yeah, I can even move you I don't want you closer to me, but I'll put you right like that. Then I could slide over here. It's just like the TV news almost. If I plan it right, then we're.
You do all kinds of such cool stuff on your computer. I don't have any of that capability, man.
Sure
I've been using a computer since 1981, and I don't know how to do that stuff, man.
Well, I just mess around with it, fiddle around with things, just play it by ear.
Yeah.
Just seeing if we could do stuff. Let's see, we're on Skype, so I gotta switch to you. Now you're back to normal. I was just doing experiments for the future, so I could really zoom in and get a giant person's face just talking to me when they're all irate or something.
You zoom in for the reaction shot. There you go.
Something.
Close up.
So what else is going on? Where are you in San Francisco?
I'm actually in Menlo Park.
Oh, there you go, Bay Area.
Yeah. I live in the South Bay now.
How much do you think, like, when they open up, when Facebook goes public next year, like they're threatening to, I don't think they will. I think that thing might be dead as a doornail. They're talking about, like, oh, everybody could just watch TV and listen to their radio and surf. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be like...
You mean on Facebook?
Yeah, that's what they want to do. So basically, you'll have...
Why?
You'll have a screen, but all your updates will be there. Because they're just a giant feed trough for everybody. But the weirdest thing is it'll be like, watch your TV on your fucking iPhone. Because, 45% of the people in the UK or whatever surf Facebook. The reason why they changed the layout is by smartphone. So most people,
because I know
their tablets and shit.
I can't leave home without access to a TV. Yes.
Are you busted?
No, but I gotta leave in a few minutes because I'm gonna go look at an apartment. I'm trying to find a new place to live. So.
Right on.
No, but yeah.
Right on. That's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, just my place where I am now is just kind of driving me crazy.
You're over it.
Yeah. I'm trying to find.
Have you ever been to a proper house wrecking party?
No.
my old band Homeland played at one. I set one up with one of my friends. She knew their dad was.
Scratch the plate?
Well, she knew her dad. She lived on the beach. This is when we were teenagers, like whatever. Her dad was going to tear down the house and build a new one, right? So he went away for a few days before they started to do it. But what she didn't understand is they were going to strip that old house. She didn't let that happen. She just bought a bag of hammers and a keg. Had some bands play. Then at like a certain time in the party, you just start handing out hammers, and everybody just literally tore.
That's awesome, dude.
we literally tore that house right down to rubble.
Wow.
Middle of the night at a party, man. The police and everybody were just freaking. Like you tear into the walls and then you start pounding on the 2x4s.
Yeah.
Just rip those things apart.
That's awesome, dude.
A whole house.
Did you film it? That would
No, it was psychotic though. We were playing so good, but I like postered the whole with the band posters I made, the whole interior and spray painted it just like it was like psychotic. But I made the whole walls, wallpapered it. Yeah. And then we just had a raging party, and then tore as soon as we were done, we just pushed our equipment outside for a second, put it in the back of the truck, and then passed out the hammers, and everybody just beat the house. I don't even think they unplugged the wires or turned off the water or gas or anything. Maybe the gas was off.
I always thought the electricity was off.
she got in so much trouble.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well,
imagine that the neighbors would do. Like, not only is your teenage daughter having, her name was Cassandra. Not only is she having a party, this crazy party with 1,000 people, right on the beach, a little old railroad flat, like 2-bedroom flat. Just like all of a sudden they whip out hammers and the whole house comes down within an hour. It took us like an hour just to knock it right just down to the foundation, just to the roof.
Really? Like you actually leveled the place?
Yep. We just ripped the fucking... Wow. Just pounded on the 2x4s. Just going psycho. With sledgehammers and shit.
Oh, man. Wow.
So much fun. But I've been to a house wrecking party before where it was punk rockers, when I was coming up, when that stuff was real, like California punks.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of them where the people that own the house are just like, I hate my landlord. Not only they have a party and then they get drunk and then they're like, let's just rip this place right down to the ground. Just total the fucking house. Absolutely. 100%, like walk through the walls. Just just crazy shit. Of course, where I'm from, the police, these parties, when punk was early, they would close off the street and arrest everybody and make the papers like, started out there'd be like 99 people arrested at a party, but they used to just do this thing because we'd all go to these parties and they would just like surround the place and arrest everybody for any reason.
Yeah, see, like when all the parties, even like the
all the teenagers, everybody goes to jail.
Parties. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, like I've been to all like, I mean, in the early '90s and shit, I was like at all these like break-in parties that would get busted up, but yeah, they couldn't catch everybody running out of the place.
Well, we used to,
they didn't think to close off the street, I guess.
We used to do that, We used to do the raves like in the '80s. Like I didn't have to work for a real long time from doing that. We used to have parties with we used to have a mailing list of 25,000 people on it.
What party?
All over, man. LA, from LA down.
Was it just a bunch of parties? Yeah.
Southern California.
Yeah, I was like really into that up here in like 1990, 91, stuff like that.
No, that's why I moved to San Francisco. It got way too out of control and crazy, but we were doing it all the time. We'd buy galleries and stuff and just...
Yeah.
We started out...
I was actually helping to scout out locations, whatnot.
Yeah, we would do that, but this is before all that shit. This is in the '80s. Wow. Yeah, we would.
See, I remember hearing about it in the '80s, but I didn't get to one until.
Yeah, we were doing the craziest ones. It was all over by the time it got up to San Francisco. I mean, they did the full moons, and there was some great parties. Yeah. I went to all kinds of shit, Ninja Tune parties and all kinds of shit there. But
it just cracks me up because I wonder if we were like at the same parties and everything.
Well, like out on Third.
It just cracks me up that I never bumped into you before.
Out at Third Street and stuff, out there.
Yeah. Or like King Street.
Yeah, survival research laboratories. We used to do all kinds of shit. But check this out. We started out doing illegal clubs. We would do them in Chinese restaurants, bribe people, and use these massive Chinese restaurants and do that kind of shit. Have clubs, set up DJ turntables, just do an illegal nightclub right after the restaurant closed. No, they were really killer. And then we were doing community centers like that, and we'd break into warehouses. We'd rent warehouses and put a fake gallery in the front and say we're having a gallery opening. And tell the gangs to do it.
I like when they would do like...
we do Masonic temples.
Like a cabaret.
I did so many... Yeah. But before that, even before we even had to get that crazy.
Before
we'd do Masonic temples all over, and nobody would do jack shit. We'd have the craziest parties all the time. I would go in there and talk to the people and rent those places out. So fun.
Wow.
That's how we started in San Francisco, Like in the Lower Haight, we would just rent out the Peacock Lounge. People still do parties there. That's a Masonic temple.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that kind of mumbo jumbo. Anything else? I know you got to go.
Yeah, I got to get going.
All right. Well, it was nice visiting with you.
Yeah, I want to stay.
It's okay. Another time.
I'll call again another time.
Yeah. Right on, Clay. Thanks for calling. Just visiting.